All right, let's jump into it. Iran bags a huge 4-1 win against Qatar in Asian World Cup qualification, getting revenge after their Asian Cup semifinal loss to them just very recently, which less the said, the better for that. So let's talk about this match. And by the way, boys and girls, if you're a big fan of Asian football, but more specifically the Iranian national team, this is the channel that you need to be at, so make sure to subscribe. And let's make sure to smash the like button on today's video for this massive win in qualification for Iran, because this was by far their best match so far in the third round of qualification. So to get started when talking about this match, we first saw the starting lineup. I was a little bit iffy about it because it was a pretty similar lineup to the match against Uzbekistan, and I wasn't quite happy with our performance in that match. If you guys want to watch my review for that game, watch this video after you finish this one. So I thought we were going to switch it up quite a bit going into this match, but outside of filling in the positions where we had suspensions in, it was pretty much a very similar lineup to that match. One of the more surprising changes that I saw in the lineup was playing Nur Afkan at left back, which is a position that he has played quite regularly alongside playing in the midfield. And I was a little bit skeptical about it because I don't rate him anymore, nor do I think he should be getting significant minutes, but my goodness, I was completely proven wrong, but I'll get into that in a second. So I was very much skeptical based on the lineup going into the match, and then the match kicks off and we play very cautiously and cagey and not really up to our potential for the first 15 minutes. And Qatar absolutely punish us with Almost Ali. My goodness, I hate when that guy scores against us, scores a really nice goal early on in the game. And I thought for how timid we were playing, I was really worried. I was getting those Vietnam flashbacks, like no way we're gonna lose to Qatar again. They're down bad so far in qualification, but we would be that charity FC national team to let them get their first big result in qualification. But my goodness, that goal maybe was the blessing in disguise that this team needed, because up to that point, Iran hadn't conceded a goal in qualification. We kept 3 straight clean sheets, and maybe that was to our detriment, because as soon as that goal went in, we saw a completely different Iranian national team compared to the last 3 matches. It was like a whole flip switched offensively. We played with so much more emphasis, fluidity, and directness in the final third offensively, because after that goal, we were all over Qatar in my opinion. Yes, it went still a little bit back and forth, but the tide was very much favoring Iran, where Azmoun took the game by the scruff of the neck, which as much as I love to criticize Azmoun, as he's now a big time horse lover in the UAE, and we all know my thoughts on that based on this video, he really showed up in this game with scoring the first goal, which was almost like a carbon copy of his first goal that he scored for Roma, which was an absolute beauty header perfectly put into the top corner. Azmoun has a bit of a sleeper vertical in my opinion. That man can seriously jump. And I think after that goal, it was just all Iran throughout the rest of that game. Many good half chances, but weren't very clinical in the final third. Azmoun hits the crossbar, Mohebi hits the crossbar, but Iran were absolutely pounding that Qatar defense. Just needed that little bit more of clinical, better technical work in the final third to bag the next goal. But then the second half rolls around and it is just all Iran. They are absolutely all over Qatar as Moon bags the second goal, which granted it came from a pretty big mistake from Qatar's goalkeeper, but I think Iran will take it. And after that point, Qatar just absolutely fell off. They get the third, they get the fourth. Azmoun gets 2 goals and an assist. Mohebi gets a brace for himself. It was great to see. And I think what really helped Azmoun was this match was played in his new club's home stadium. So he had that familiarity. And I really do think that makes that whole big of a difference, which we saw in this match. This was definitely by far one of Iran's best matches under Amir Qalanoui. I would argue this was probably like the second best performance we've had under him, and I'll give credit where credit is due. This was a very well executed match by Qalanoui, and I think his tactics were pretty on point for the most part. I just wish we would have these type of performances a little bit more consistently if you're gonna play the exact same type of lineups and personnel every single qualification, friendly matches that we play. But I'll get into that in a little bit. This match was the very much needed statement match for Iran. It was kind of like that punch in the face realization moment once we conceded that goal from Almost Ali. Like, Iran Iran finally was able to put themselves in third gear and stop playing so timid and pessimistically like we've seen in these 3 previous matches in qualification. We finally started playing that brand of football that Qalanui was always advertising. Hey, we're not a defensive team like under Carlos Queiroz. We're more offensive. I give more freedom. There's more tactical fluidity in the final third. I can say we definitely saw that in this match. So all in all, 10 out of 10 performance, no complaints there. But my only small complaint now that this international window has concluded for Iran is that we didn't see any of the youngsters that were called up like Hossein or Hossein Zadeh get any significant minutes throughout either of the 2 matches, which is probably my only damper and big criticism from this window. I will say I do think as well from the Uzbekistan match, I do think we played very timidly and we could have honestly won that match and really put ourselves above everyone else in this group to put one big foot into getting one of those automatic qualification spots. But Qalanui does what he does best. He did the bare minimum. He got the 4 points, like I said, getting that draw against Uzbekistan, and he had to have had a big performance in this game because of how bad Qatar been playing in qualification. He needed that statement win. He did that. He did the bare minimum, which I'm okay with. But he needs to start implementing these young players. I don't mind if you want to play more experienced players in certain games, but there needs to be a little bit more of lineup switch-ups, different personnel for different games, because you can't play the same tactics, same type of style every single game. Every opponent will be a little bit more different. Use all the ammunition and cards that you have in your deck. So that would be my biggest criticism and negative just from this window in general. A guy like Hossein would have made a big difference in the game like against Uzbekistan to help unlock the game, get those half chances, have that creativity from midfield to offense, which was very much lacking in that game. But in regards to back to this game, this was a good performance by us. I mean, there's not really much more positive I can say, but I'm really happy that we were able to get that revenge against Qatar, have a good match, a really good performance in this round of qualification that we haven't seen yet. And then in regards to Azmoun, I mean, it was a brilliant performance by him. This is the type of potential that I talked about in that video where I was so upset to see a talent like himself go to the UAE league at this age with these type of performances, and it just kills us all inside. We see these type of games. We know Azmoun can play at such a high level, could really take Iran to the next level if he really put himself to it. But he just has that shit mentality and is absolutely obsessed with horses. But maybe if he keeps this up, gets a full season of no injuries with Shabab Al Ali, we might see him back in Europe. I've seen rumors, interviews that he is still interested in making the move back, so we'll just see what happens in that regard. Overall, as I said, from this window, it was decent. We did the bare minimum. We got 4 points. We came out unscathed, but I wish we took a little bit more risk in the Uzbekistan game, really took it to them, gone the 3 points, rotated the squad, played a lot more of the youngsters, especially Hossein Hossein Zadeh, bringing in guys like Sayab Manesh, Sahar Khizan. Those are the type of players that do deserve minutes, and it's okay to rotate the team and still play your guys like Azmoun, Taremi. I'm not saying exile them. I think those 2 guys were perfect to play in this type of match, but have different options like off the bench, switching up the lineup. Have that creativity. Keep your opponents on their toes. We have more options than Qalanui might think. Shahriar Moghalu is not the end-all be-all. Nonetheless, that's the end of today's video, boys and girls. My opinion only matters so much. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this match against Qatar, your overall thoughts from Iran throughout this recent window. Can we hopefully carry on this good form that we saw against Qatar into the next couple of matches, bag more goals, keep the clean sheets, show some real dominance, and really peel away at that first place spot? Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Make sure to smash the like button on today's video, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I hope you all have a lovely day.